noite. Obrigado tudo por estar aqui esta hora, que sei que o dia é longo, 2 dias longos. Só acho que vou tentar ser breve, mas se não pode ser breve, vou tentar ser interessante com a apresentação. Eu acho que a apresentação vai ser interessante porque eu vou falar de coisas que aqui não falaram tanto. Vou falar de um software aplicável para toda a produção da minaria, desde que você explora até que vai fechar o site. Agora, meu português não é tão bom como quiser, só agora vou fazer a apresentação em inglês. So, to start a little bit, MonitorPro is a product of EHS Data, EHS Data. It's a company that has already more than 20 years in the industry. We talk about that industry. It's a high level of liability and risk industry. This started with a necessity from our manager director, Phil Eli, who started the company when he was challenged by some of his clients as a environmental engineer to find a way to work without spreadsheets and trying to find a more efficient way to manage and administrate all environmental data. Why we recommend you use MonitorPro? Of course, we have the reasons of increased efficiency on your management of data, reduce compliance risk, improves the data quality, and foresee performance occurrences. This will add more confidence throughout the whole process of your industry. Well, the key features, I'm gonna start speaking a little bit more in detail in the presentation. Don't worry if I go a little bit fast now, but most of the important issues will be covered when we talk about the flexibility on importing data from any data source. Also, we use this tool mostly to control our compliance with the local authorities, with the corporate thresholds of permits. So, and also it's a very powerful analytic tool. I will talk more about that, but just to get started with it, it has a lot of power with mapping, graphing, creating tables, and creating reports. Also, another feature that I will address later, a very key feature, is the automation of the process. You will find when I tell you some examples about it, that this will allow your employees and all the people working with you to focus on most important tasks and avoid all the bureaucracy of reporting and generating graphs and everything else. So we move on. This is a small demonstration in this map of where we are located. As you can see, our core issues, most of our clients are in Australia located. We would like, if possible, someday replicate all of this on this area, of course. But now we are already a little bit in Argentina. We're starting in Patagonia with some gold mining companies. And also we work here in Brazil, I will talk later about that. We work with the San Marco event of 2015 with the cleanup process. This will show that we have offices in Brisbane in Australia, in Calgary in Canada, and also in Buenos Aires, where I come from. Also, we have a distributor in our Russian-speaking countries, mostly in the Ukraine and Kazakhstan, that is called Alpha Safety. This shows that our solution is being used in over 1,000 sites, over 30 countries worldwide. Also, what I didn't say before is, as I told you, we work in all high liability and high risk industries, not just mining. That's why we are known by the Environmental Agency from the United Kingdom, and we're certified with the MCERT certification for quality assurance on environmental data tools. Also, I wanted to say that that's why we work, we find that we have a very good integration with the mining, oil, waste handling industry, associating with the local authorities when you report, because we have many local authorities in, for example, in British Columbia or in England, as I told you, that already use this tool and are familiarized with it. Well, this is a little bit to show the tool. The tool is in 3 facets. It has the administration tool, the web tool, and the field one. The first one, the administration tool, it's like the back door of the system. It helps you program with more efficiency, with complex calculations, and all the layout of the system can be configured by the users in this part. We can configure it also in the web, but this is more in depth. The web would be like the star of MonitorPro. Once you see it, you will find that it's very user-friendly, and it's more built like to show like an app on a phone. But we also have an app for our field users that it can be used in any smartphone or tablet. This allows any inspector going on site to sample points to be even guided by GPS with the tool, with the field app, and to take photos with the smartphone or the tablet that will go directly to the system, and also load all the visits to the site, and it would automatically upload to the integrated system that would cover all 3 of these aspects once it gets Wi-Fi. But it can work without Wi-Fi and collect all data. The web one is the one I particularly like. This is more, it has an older look, but if you like programming, this is the one. I will show you now what I'm talking about how good is the web one. Before that, I will tell you that, however, screenshots can be a little bit unfair to show a software, because I have to encourage you to contact me. I will leave you my contact information at the end, so we can coordinate a demo of the software. This would you were able to see in more detail the full capability of our system, but we cannot do that. So let's go to the screenshots. This would be a screenshot of the access of the portal, of the web portal. As you can see, we are all web-based, and we can be used in any browser. When we go to sites, it's mostly to train the staff, but you can access in any point with an internet connection. This is also where you can decide all user access. It can be in different levels, in contribution level, no contribution, sensitive information. It can be tailor-made or bespoke. And also, from this point, you can start configuring in which language MonitorPro will be used. It can be in any sort of language, and including can be used in more than one language at a time. This is a reminder of, for example, we have a case with a company from Turkey that its home office was in the US. So they needed to report both in Turkish for the authorities and afterwards also in English, and the system handled it perfectly. Also, we have some issues in some English-speaking countries that have the arrangement of the dates different. That, for example, in Latin America, that we say day, month, year, and they say year, month, day, year. We can convert that with the system. Well, here we can use, this is the most important one is the dashboards. The dashboards is the key feature of the system. Why I tell you this? Because here you can customize yourself all the data that you want to see, and it's updated in real time. I use, for example, when we went to Patagonia with a gold mining company, the manager of the environmental team wanted to have created his own dashboard, having all the relevant data he needed to start the day. And for example, his team, well, the day before, update all the necessary information, and when he started the day, it was just like reading the newspaper at the morning, because he had it all updated data. Also, these dashboards are cleared by the what I told you about the permits of administration use. You can have it by yourself. You can share it with the team. You can even share it if you want with the headquarters in another country, so they have an idea of the situation. Also, this is a very interesting tool that we have. Is a satellite map that can measure in infrared. We have also can measure with the heat map, groundwater levels, pH levels, and you can also work in the map. What I tell you this is that you can choose any sample point, and all sample points have all the information and can be seen by graphs, by reports, by everything from this point. You don't need to go back on the system to generate a graph on any particular sample point. You can do it from the map. And also you have it in the most updated time that you can have, depending on cloud coverage, of course, and in the passing of the satellite. Well, I'm going to talk also about how we get the data into the system. MonitorPro can link to many systems. We work with SAP, with Pipe, and other external databases. We work with all Microsoft tools and have even manual data entry. I'm going to show you a little bit. This is what I say with the data entry, how we import data. You can do it here, for example. If I wanted to just import a file, I could literally drag it to one of the importers, drop it there, and it would automatically upload to the system. You can also do it automated with email. A very good example with this is, for example, when you work with many external labs, you can create rules that we identified even in the title of the email, or if it's not in the content of the email, where it should be imported, and the system with MonitorPro will see where it has to go automatically. And also you have the manual data entry, which I think it's a little bit outdated to do now, but if you have one point for one data, you can do it also manually. What I talk about, one of the key features, I also said about the automatization, but I wanted to say that this system is completely auditable. What I say about this is because, for example, all data goes through an import log that will flag any wrong data or any data that finds duplicated or suspicious. It won't eliminate it, but it would flag it and put it on what we call a quarantine of the system. And it will alert you and send you directly to the point to see if you have to work it. For example, if you have, I don't know, a pH of 50 that does not exist and it could be a typo, the system will flag it. Okay, we deal with all types of data: air, water, land, noise, weather conditions. And what I wanted to show you with this is that you can filter your selections by variables, sample points, different issues. What I wanted to show you with this in the few seconds that I have left is that, as we say, for example, in Argentina, is that todos los caminos van a Roma, todas las rutas van a Roma. The system has a lot of possibilities to reach to the same data. And here you can have, for example, you go to a variable, you go to a point of a sample point, and you can have all the summary of, for example, the permits that you're about to breach, all schedule monitoring, dates that the sample were taken, and so forth, so far. Also, we can generate automatic report. What I told you about the efficiency and automatization of the tool is that it generates the report all in Word. in PDF and in Crystal. Crystal is a tool, a format that you can work on. Also, you have never miss a permit or obligation breach. It has to do with the automatization I was telling you about. It will alert you when you're about to breach, when you breach, or even when you want to program it to alert you of something. It could even be that you need to be alerted from different levels of breaches. For example, in a water well, if you consume too much water, or if you're not consuming enough water and it's about to spill, you can have both variables to be alerted of. This is just an example of the color-coded alert and how it showed the data. A quick summary that can be generated. And how easy it is just to change your obligations and update it to what you need. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit about the San Marco case. We were approached and we were recommended when the spill happened to help with the cleanup process. How do we help? With the flexibility of the tool, the automatization, and its auditability, we were able to control all external labs and avoid information to be duplicated. And also, we were able to audit where the samples were collected, where they needed to be collected, and how they needed to be collected, to know if everything all the works were being done correctly. That's why we check all the challenges and all the common problems that I will address to you that maybe it wasn't talked too much these past few days. That is, the San Marco case has one major issue that was they didn't have a clear baseline. And they ended up being forced to clean more than they even polluted. That is one of the issues with the industry. That's why I tell you that MonitorPro can be used from the exploration point to have a clear baseline of your site. Well, here I will leave you my contact information. I encourage you até terminar, vou falar um pouquinho português porque eu quero que a pessoa lembre disso. O sistema é auditável, também tem muita flexibilidade e tem a automatização do reporte e da alerta. E recobre, é auditável, tem toda a validação do sistema, das datas e todo momento de reporte, momento de importação. Muito obrigado para IBRAM por dar a oportunidade de fechar a conferência. Eu acho que... Obrigado. Sim, tem.
Alguém gostaria de fazer uma pergunta para o Javier? Microfone.
A pergunta em inglês. Sim. Esse aqui, you are from the Netherlands.
From Netherlands, yeah. I will not do it in Dutch.
Or I don't know Dutch, a little bit of Swedish, but...
Very nice system, but to me it looks very familiar to other similar systems like Tableau. You know Tableau?
No, I'm not familiar with that system.
Okay.
But just tell me what you seem
similar. Okay, now I was just wondering because Tableau is a similar system where you can also import all kinds of databases. My question was how this differentiates from, for instance, Tableau. But if you do not know that Tableau, you would also not.
No, well, I can speak for our product. I don't know exactly the system you are comparing us to, but I can say that we're continuously updating. I don't know if Tableau has different systems between holding in cloud hosting or hosting with the client. We have different approach. You can have a permanent license, or you can have software as a system. And we can update. Currently, we are updating with the satellite information. It's been constantly in progress. And I think if you want, I can show you a demo if you contact me. I don't know if you can put my email again back. If not this.
I made a picture already.
Oh, okay. I have my business cards.
Okay, thank you.
Agora passei a português. Não, se você fala devagar, eu acho que posso.
Eu gostaria de saber a respeito da sua, como se diz, do seu suporte técnico
Sim.
aqui no Brasil.
Agora o Brasil não tem relatório, não tem escritório. Na Latinoamérica, e eu. Estou, acho, em Buenos Aires, mas o helpdesk funciona com tudo. Perdão. Você tem que ver que, por exemplo, nós temos suporte com Ucrânia. E Ucrânia fala só a língua russa e o suporte é na Inglaterra também. Também tem suporte na Argentina para o cliente. E eu não fiz suporte porque eu não sou engenheiro, eu sou agente de venda. E eles fazem o suporte também na Inglaterra. Agora ainda não tem problema com isso. Mas sempre tem um agente que é o responsável ao cliente específico. E por isso, algumas vezes, se não fala em inglês, é melhor de mandar um e-mail. Tem tempo de traduzir. E se não, como se fala em inglês, como tem helpdesk, tem também telefone.